Most people think the road to a satisfying life is to be wealthy. While we all need money, the path to finding satisfaction is very different.
This is Crosstalk with Jim Story.
I was educated to be a missionary pilot. Flying preachers in and out of jungles, stuff like that. I had acquired all the flight ratings, mechanic qualifications, Bible training, and academic education required to enter that career. I contacted the premier missionary flying organization and was told that debt from my student loan disqualified me. So I began flying night freight out of Denver. During that short time, I was watching Nightline early one morning, and they were talking about the devastating famine in Ethiopia. Many families and children were suffering from starvation. About that same time, I heard about an organization called AirServe that flew food and medicine into hard-to-reach places in Africa. I thought about how I could employ my skills and help relieve the suffering of others. I prayed that if God would open the door, then I would go. So I applied to the organization. About a month later, AirServe called and asked me if I would be willing to go to Ethiopia, and could I leave in a week. I told them that I needed to give 2 weeks' notice, but that I was interested. 2 weeks later, I was in Ethiopia. After 6 months of flying food and medicine in the country, they moved me to the country of Sudan. One town of 30,000 in South Sudan was losing 75 children a day to starvation. The last airplane to fly out of there, 2.5 years prior, was shot down by Sudanese rebels. Everyone on board was killed. I was chosen to fly a research team down to survey the situation and report their findings. When the plane was loaded and ready to go, my co-pilot turned to me and said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I thought about how I told God that I was willing to go if He opened the doors, so I turned to the co-pilot and said yes, and started the engines. We flew the trip, taking food and relief personnel with us. That was the first of what turned out to be many flights into rebel territory, taking food to help the children of that small town. Thousands of people are alive today because I was willing to do what God had led me to do. Is God calling you to step out in faith and do something in which you have little or no control? Maybe it isn't something as dangerous as flying into hazardous locations. Maybe it's like volunteering at a food bank, serving the homeless in your community, or reaching out and sharing the love of God with somebody else. If the task seems impossible but you feel a strange urge to do it, then trust God to help you accomplish what seems impossible for you to do. He specializes in the impossible. One word of caution: there are no guarantees that you'll come out of it unscathed. In fact, some have stepped out in faith and lost their lives. I almost did several times. But God promises that He will be with those who serve Him, and I guess He wasn't finished with me here on earth. 2 Chronicles 16:9 says, "For the eyes of the Lord move to and fro throughout the earth, that He may strongly support those whose heart is completely His." Do you want to feel satisfied in life? Do you want to fulfill the purpose for which you were created? Turn your life over to God. You'll be glad you did. Please like and subscribe and check out my other YouTube channel, Bullet Time. Just do a search for Bullet Time-R5M. Thanks for watching, and God bless you.